Tell us a little bit about the fitness that it takes to prepare for a race like this. Obviously, all the other magazines, everybody else, we talk about the winning and the racing. What does it take to actually prepare for something like this?
To be honest, I was behind the eight ball with my fitness this year compared to last year, and it's something I'm going to go back and work on whenever we got a month now until the start of the season. So it was a 57 lap race. It was almost 90 degrees, so it was different than a normal Daytona. Normally it's low 70s, high 60s. It seems like the last couple of years. So that was one of the reasons why it was so difficult. But then also leading, I think it adds a little bit of pressure. You're a little tighter riding, things like that. So definitely a lot of cycling. I mean, that's all I've been doing the last couple of years. No weight training, just cycling. And luckily last year I was in such good shape that a little bit. I still train this offseason, but not as much as last year. And the amount that I did last year kind of transferred into this year to help me. But it definitely I felt it.
A lot of people see a lot of the cool videos, you and Posh and everybody else training on the ranch and doing a lot of supermoto training and stuff like that. And obviously that's a good part of mechanical skills and turning bikes and stuff like that. But what comes first? What comes, what are you doing in the gym? What are some of the things that you're doing? Like how much do you have to hydrate and prepare as far as nutrition for a race like this?
For me, literally zero gym work. Like not one push up, not one pull up, nothing. It's just mountain biking and cycling. And coming into it, you're so nervous. Like I try to hydrate as much as I can. I try to do the right things, but I'm a rider or a person that when I get nervous, I can't eat, I can't drink. I don't get nauseous or anything, but I'm weak. I can't do much. And so especially when it was this hot, it took a lot out of me. So I was lucky to be able to finish as strong as I did. And yeah, most of it is honestly just I think experience. And these races, it's pushing through, and when your brain's telling you to stop. Like I know 25 laps to the end, I was hurting bad. My knees were getting tight. My neck was getting a little sore. And it was really just pushing through the pain and remembering those days of being on the bicycle with my buddy in hour 3 or whatever, almost to the top of the hill, knowing I only have 20 minutes left and just doing whatever I can to kind of push through it and mentally pass it. And I almost didn't, like, to be honest. So the hours on the bicycle, I think, help the most, especially for when you're out by yourself.
Yeah. In the press conference, you talked about being a good dad. How important is it to see your family and your kid when you get up there?
It's nuts. I mean, this year was different for me. Last year was more emotional. This year we had a lot to prove, and I had more riding on my chest than just that. But it's I think when I go back to what you asked about what goes into it, I think I heard JD Beach talking about it on the broadcast earlier on the PA, and having the support group behind you, my wife and Griffin and the rest of my family and the team pushing you, that's I think most of what goes into our program is those people at home that push us to do the things that we do, and my son, that I'm 34 years old now almost, and a lot of guys retire. I mean, Hayes is one of the guys that's pushed through and kept going, but it's weird being an older guy, right? So but it's special because getting to celebrate like that with my kid, like last year when the crowd would kind of be loud at the podium and cry, right? This year he kind of is like soaking it in. I can see him kind of celebrating with me instead of just being like, what's going on? Like he actually is starting to understand. And I've talked about it before, but like growing up watching at the Herrin compound with Aaron Yates coming to the track, going to his house and seeing pictures of him and Ashton on the podium together as a kid and things like that. That was like, it's cool to me that I'm getting to experience that because not a lot of racers can do that. Like being able to be a parent and still win races. I mean, it's a lot. Rachel does 90% of the work, but it's still a lot. I mean, last night he's coughing in the trailer all night. We're waking up every 15 minutes, literally catching throw up in our hands from him, and then we got to go race the next day. So it's a lot more, in your head than people realize. And
Well, you're a great example. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Last.